All right, today we're talking about the River 3. This is the latest iteration from EcoFlow. They had their River series product line. This was the first one that they came out with. Great power station. Then they came out with the River 2, another great power station in its own right. And now this is the latest one here. So I want to cover kind of the basic differences between this and some of the other power stations out there. Starting with the River Classic. So obviously the first difference is that this one has a light on it and it's bigger. The handle is on the top here. You also have 3 power ports, 3-prong. So it's a little bit larger of a power station. So you'll notice as they kind of go, they go down in size. That's the main difference. This is also doesn't have a lithium iron phosphate battery in it. We switched over to the lithium iron phosphate here, which is going to get you a longer longevity. This will go to the same like this one. This will be about 3,000 life cycles on it. We dropped one of the power ports and dropped the flashlight off of it, but you still get USB charging up to 600 watts. They're all right around 600 watts. So now we're up to this one now. This is our newest one here. So we still have this for pumping up your air mattresses or running a CPAP machine in a tent or something like that. It offers the super fast speed charging. Right now we're charging really quickly. It'll tell us about 20 minutes until a full charge. We're using pass-through charging, so we're actually running the studio light off of this right now. So I'll turn this off and you can kind of see the light turns off and on. Pretty quick to turn off, back on now. We can also use the USB port at the same time while we're charging. So we're charging from DC and we have AC, and we don't have to have the cord plugged in. We can unplug this and just go straight off the battery. So this, one of the things about this power station that's unique is it has UPS. So we're disconnected from the grid right now, and this power station is still running everything. So if you wanted to connect this into, let's say your refrigerator or something like that, you could run up to 300 watts on a UPS. That's uninterrupted power supply. It'll switch over in the event of a power outage within 20 milliseconds. So it's a very quick changeover time. Now you can't do X boost when you do that. So if you're running like something that's over 300 watts, I don't know, let's say like a power tool or something like that, you're not going to be able to switch over that quickly. But yeah, that's one of the unique things about this is the UPS system. It's also got the ports on the side, and I would say that this is significantly quieter. So the fan on this, for whatever reason, it's so much quieter than these two. If I start running something on these, it's very loud. So another thing that I think people kind of get worried about is if you plug something in that uses too much power, what happens? So this electric kettle uses like 1,200 watts of power. It's way too much power for this. If I turn it on, it'll automatically shut off and you'll start blinking here, and it won't let you turn the power back on until you disconnect everything. And then you can turn your power back on. We should be able to, yeah, there we go. We turn our power back on. Now we can get our light back on. So this power station won't do it. If I plug it into here, like an electric kettle, you'll see the same thing happens. It kind of turns on and then shuts off. So then if we go to the River 3, or the traditional River, and we turn this on, this power station actually can do it. So it's a little bit larger of a power station. So you can get a little bit more juice out of this guy here. You can do, for whatever reason, this one, the technology in it can run some like get up to about 600 watts, even though this should be using 1,200. So it's interesting that the first iteration of this does seem to, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. But ideally, you're not going to be running an electric kettle off of this thing anyways. It's more suited for charging up battery power banks, running lighting, maybe backing up a small refrigerator. If you're in a camping situation and you want to run a fan, running a fan is going to be a good option for you. So you can see here our total wattage output now is 48 watts. We're running a light, we're running a fan, and we can do that for 3 hours. It just updated to 3 hours. The other great thing about this, I'm going to turn this fan off here so it's not blowing on me, is we have the app. So we can track everything in the app. So we'll have a graph here of all the power and everything that we're using. We can see how much we've used in a certain day. We can do things like I can turn off the light. I don't know if you guys can see that the light just turned off. and I can turn back on the light. You can't do that from the apps on the River, the River 2 and the River. It doesn't give you control over that. I can also turn off my DC power. I don't have anything plugged into my DC power. The USBs are always available for power. I can actually turn off the whole power station too. I can turn off everything if I want. So boom, disconnected, turned everything off. Now I cannot reconnect in manually through the app, but what I can do is just come back and turn the power on to it, and then I'll be able to reconnect into my app. So you can update firmware, you know, you can do a lot of different things. This is the cable that it comes with. Came with the charging cable and the cable to connect it to your car. Another interesting thing about this one is you're able to connect in a secondary battery. This is how you plug it into charge. So we're gonna charge it now, but you can get, if you get this in the Plus version, you're gonna get a second battery to put on top of this. So you're gonna be able to expand your storage, which is gonna be great. You can plug in solar on this as well if you have a solar panel. I like the handle design too. The handle design is really nice. It's very, very smooth, a lot easier to hold, I think, than the previous models there. Great for stacking on top of it. So overall, a really, really solid power station. I think that you can't go wrong with any of these power stations. Again, like this is different. I would say these two are very comparable, with the exception that this has the UPS feature to it. So in a direct battle, I think these are very, very close, but probably a slight edge to this because it's a little bit smaller, but also it's a smaller battery. This is 245 watt hours. This is 256. This is 288. So it's great because all of these products are still so good. Any of these is going to do the job. They're really, really great entry-level power stations. This one definitely takes it for running like a little bit higher wattage appliances. This one takes it for being the most compact and also having the UPS feature. And then this is somewhere in between, you know, in between the models. So, but yeah, I hope this is helpful for you. I try to cover as much as I can about these power stations, what you might want to use it for, running your internet, running your TV in the event of a power outage. Yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.